I'm bored. I'm at the Zone Library. Yes, I was that I got like TV earlier. And possibly not going to do that that I brought from my apartment. My friend was selling it. I got some t-shirts. I'm having a close list in my phone. Maybe got some any students giving it the money in person through PayPal. It's a this time. It's got the sign going with a stick of the sun and goes straight to my heart. Earning what is orange. INTAINFAY. Unconscious. I don't feel like anything is still funny about me. Slash slash. Slash living so much as living. Because you putting one less one living. You said que te apropiaste y me tratas de matar a mí para que nunca me mame las tetas. That's too long of me. I'm seeking the death penalty for so many people. Let's stay in my house without my permission, steal my vehicles, get away with some money, and steal my money. So I can't have a man. They're disgusting, trying to rape me. They're stupid. I'm gonna have my new clothes. So many people. We got ourselves one for one. Where I get along. So drunk. They're stupid. They don't understand sexual attraction. And I was being reason wanderlust decades ago. We did toddler exploration. And even in preschool, you're around some people, and they literally think that one pumps babies out of one's vaginas as a back to babies. Yeah, okay, maybe alive. So they want to kill one for being educated. They're disgusting. They're disgusting. Everyone that I grew up around is disgusting. They're embarrassing. Some of them live for alcohol for real. Yeah. What else? What else? What else? What else? I just ate a yogurt and nice jam. What else? I'm moving from a bunch of people. Really? Instagram. You know. Hmm. Anyway, how many of my marriages has they even loving the concept of ruin? They all have people not what come to the city. You can look up because you need in the medicine disorders. Just save in my homes upon my condition, use my vehicles. That is the way I'm receiving money. So I can date. Well, she literally positions her food in front of every one of my crushes and saying, I'm your only option, not her, okay? Así para salir. Just embarrassing, so. Yeah, 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 yeah. What else? Maganda kapatid ni Bolivar Lorenzo Acevedo, que como le come el toto a Ginny Gendalis, no se sabe haciéndose pasar que Ginny Gendalis es John, no quiere que Ginny Gendalis muera. Maganda kapatid ni Bolivar Lorenzo Acevedo, maganda kapatid ni Bolivar Lorenzo Acevedo. Maganda kapatid ni Marisma, maganda kapatid ni Lopez, maganda kapatid Isaiah Bisea, maganda kapatid Damaris Alves. No, ya como tanto planeras no son tan asquerosas. They have children too. Yeah. Embarrassing so gross. Yeah. I missed it. I missed the money. I'm financially stable, plan to travel to and meet people. Ideally, call your minister. I'm fostering education. You're on vacation in the past 5 years. You're gonna cavitate us out of the rosa. You're gonna cavitate. Families, what is the sons that rape me? They're stealing money and getting away with mercy money. They're disgusting. They steal my personal vehicles. They steal my personal homes and infiltrate them. With leeches que se hacen pasar por mí. They think everything's a joke. They're stupid. What else? They don't obey the law. They think they're above the law. They're so stupid that I've heard that even if they don't get the death penalty because they're so stupid, it's a waste of money to even kill them. I'm hoping that this is more than a PSA. What else? Messaging my what is that? Instagram. Paper towel. I'm gonna take my son to Disneyland next week. What else? A lot of people that I grew up around that were introduced to me don't understand that a person can be alone and be happy. They want to literally like be attached to one, like laugh. You're not even one. Not understanding that one can be happy alone. They're like, no, that looks bad. So nice to see status if she's alone too much. They're codependent as fuck, so stupid. Mostly everyone that I look around, they're embarrassing. Yeah. Well, when I'm planning, I plan to travel to many parents. Coloring painting opinion. When he was up at me last year. People. Definitely. However, it's a thing on me. Every man holding the money for them and getting the money beside to do it. I'm not sure behind the scenes and Natalie just give me a schedule when I can be with my own children. They're stupid. They want to pretend they're the mother. A ver que ella le da así literalmente el pene. They're embarrassing. They're embarrassing. They want to fake being Jada's and Kaylani's mother. Even some people with penis men. A ver si es que se enamora de ellos y ella sabe de eso. They're disgusting. They traffic children away from the children's mother just to see what place they hold in the mother's and the children's and in the dad's life. They're stupid. They're snoopers. They're snoopers. So girls are embarrassing. Yeah. And when I'm financially stable in 2005, people I do, I made a decision, that decision. When I was 3 years old to travel to Colombia and meet people, ideally polyamorous men. When I was 3, based on the lack of quality of young men. There was no family, run out in their behavior. Right? I think in real life, one that is so much. Anyways, I'm seeking the result of thousands of people in more decades ago. The people are in books. I found that one bar of that one can say, "Give me back my book. Give me back my phone. Don't take away my phone. Don't take away my book. Don't take away my food." Mostly everyone in my family are always in place over vagina and dick. They kill over vagina and dick. They're embarrassing. They're porn addicts. They're sex addicts. Ew. Then my sibling wants to kill everyone that wears a hoodie. So then we all look like we're not this over there. Maybe it's like get your own family, get your own sort of sense of style. Stop trying to be related to people. Yeah, they're embarrassing. They're embarrassing. They want to kill just to be the first person ever to wear a wedding dress with sneakers. And then they get groupies. That lives with this. Look at my taxes. Like, my oldest kids are so stupid. I know we're getting the same education as the little one. What else? And they go on to find every otro pendejo up there that will join them in the court of doing their own thing. It's scary. They killed thousands of people in 9/11, 2001. What else? What else? How many of my marriages the genies and the ladies suddenly started surrounding? Even the capital genies and the ladies suddenly started. There's una curiosidad. Trying to rape me, trying to rape dinner for money. She stays in my home without my permission. She steals my vehicles. She gets a low and receive money. She steals my money. So I can't wait. Trying to position herself like a the only female in my life. So I don't find a woman who has sex with. So then on the DL, she looks like to her homeboys and to Robert because they're like, déjame ver, wow, esta mujer está. Como si te hubieran hecho de Don Francisco todos los días. It's like Bob Barker with the prices right. That's what they look like. They're disgusting. They're disgusting. They're embarrassing. Ew, 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 Lord. What is let's get doing money today. What else? What else? What else? I'm currently listening to music. Telefonada.com. What else?
Si estoy bien, si
Let's
estoy
get
mal,
doing money today.
baby, yo vi.
Let's get doing money today. What else? Yo que me acabo de morir lo de esos veo que se agregué under un libro. Yo que decapitate Marilyn Acevedo que se cree que Alex es un libro que le pertenece solamente a ella. They're disgusting. They kill for penis and dick. I don't even know which one Andrew is. I don't even care. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Not my home. Yes, my first cousin's sons seem to be in danger all the time, but I don't know how to behave. So they go on to get raped by my siblings and my first cousin makes me suffer through life wishing that his sons would behave as proper as I behave. So his sons steal my money, so I have to be screaming, but I'm hungry. And he's like, ha, 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 not proper. They're stupid. What did they watch? The Princess and the Caca? What else? 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 I'm bored. I'm bored. They don't understand family relationships. They don't understand anything. They want a prize that they're Lorenzo, even though they don't carry their last name like very much present. Come on. Possibly hate my kids because I hyphenated my kid's last name to show Munoz dash Lorenzo. It's like I need a daily reminder to you in school that I'm at their house. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Por si alguien trata de quitármelo ilegalmente. I want these babies as much as so that's why it's hyphenated. Just don't remembering that he and my parents are hungry at a very young age. Just because there were people present doesn't mean that those kids belong to them. There's people present here and this murder's just mine. Who's got the money? Who's got the money? That's so sweet. Entonces ellos se quieren casar conmigo, pero ellos brincan de una felicidad cuando ven any personal information from me, and they're like, dale, fulana, cópiate de ella, copia la dirección para demandarle un día. Yo no sé por qué la voy a demandar, no me duele el pene ahora. Copia la dirección. Mira, un asco. Still, they're leeches snoopers. If he were a man, he would have made an effort. And he wouldn't have ever caused me to starve. So he's so stupid that he literally trafficked me into poverty because he wouldn't have spent a dime on my birthday for me and spent June 2020 when I turned 40 from the Victoria Jordan shit account talking to me while me and Kilani were being separated from me. You can decapitate Benjamin Suarez on his sons that rape me to steal my money and get in the way of me receiving money. I don't need him in my life. He was being rude to me at a family party decades ago. So I possibly said, like, so this is what it's gonna be when I'm 40 years are gonna be an asshole towards me. And he said, you're gonna be married to Luis Lorenzo anyways when you're 40 and you're gonna be miserable. Like, no, I'm not. Like, I know very much well my parents are very supportive that I don't marry anyone just for the sake of marrying anyone. Ew. Then he went on to spill that he was with Jennifer Marie Vasquez already. Yo no le pregunté a él y él es un asco. Que Gini Ginaldiris makes a better plus one than I do porque yo no sé quedarme callada. And then he went to do a whole rodeo show, called on his brothers, and went like, we're gonna commit suicide over this girl one day. Pointing at me, two of them tried to seduce me. After all that, and so I wanted to kill them right there. Se cree que puede estar diciéndome, yo ahora mismo esta me mamó el toto. ¿Quieres mamármelo? Porque así como suena, ni si parece que ni tiene pene. Es un puerco, una asquerosidad. Anyways, I'm trying to edit, I guess. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? You can decapitate everyone that steals my money, gets in the way of me receiving money. Because I didn't update this address and I left it to the address at Haven for Hope. So I really must want to go back to a homeless shelter where my rights are being violated. So I can't have sex and invite people over and I can't have Jada and Kehlani with me. As if someone is that dumb. They're just snoopers, so girls, stalkers, my family of origin, trying to see how many times I get raped. You can decapitate by having sort of sons that rape me to steal my money and get in the way of receiving money. What What else? They're snoopers, they're stalkers, they're not men, they're stupid. I don't want that in my life ever. I hope he kills himself. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm bored. Next time, get your own fucking home and don't steal my artwork and my money to move in with a hoe and then rape me with her there. And then tell me, well, if you had me there for you would have Jennifer's place right now. So stupid. He raped me in my own home. He's stupid. He's disgusting. Decades ago, sabes participa. Eso es un asco, una basura. Ew. They're embarrassing. And then he takes them traveling and he shows them what they could find better than him. Siguiente mando, se te pasar por Arlene. Seriously. Mira todos los hombres que están detrás de ti. Y tú tan pendeja haciéndote pasar por Arlene. What else? What else? What else they do that I've heard? They go on and take them on trips, and they're like, "This one would have been with you. Oh, after this, and would look at you and have that person in your life." What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm bored. You can decapitate Jennifer Mari Vasquez. They raped me in my teens twice. He's disgusting. You can decapitate Jennifer Mari Vasquez. I moved into my home without my permission, steals my vehicles, gets in the way of me receiving money, and steals my money. She's disgusting. Eh, tipo tan puerca. Oh, there it is. 3 months. We're still not you. And because he's so happily married to plus one Gina Gennady and Jennifer Money Vasquez, I've never pursued him. He's stupid. He kept raping me in my bedroom, so my parents went on to say, well, then you're going to have to make it official with her. Somehow, and why don't you two paint together, sell some artwork together, and do this the right way? Not married like forever, probably. Please, one. What else? What else? What else? What else? He went on to steal my homes, my vehicles, my money, my art, and filled my home with leeches. I'm under the impression that those vehicles, at least one BMW that Jennifer Marie Vasquez and Gini Gindaliri Soares were driving, are my personal vehicles. They go on to steal my personal homes. The home that Jaden Kainlani and I were supposed to live in, he possibly lived in with Dinis and Daliris pretending to be me, both of them, and pretending to be Jaden and Kainlani before Jaden and Kainlani were born. They're disgusting. They're stupid. They're crazy. Some way le falta la mitad del cerebro, una asquerosidad. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm bored. I'm bored. You can decapitate Ginny Zendali Suarez. You can decapitate Jennifer Marie Vasquez. You can decapitate Henry Suarez and his sons. Alright, me, that's the only money in January Emerson. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm bored. I have your box. I'll take you. What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm bored. You can decapitate Cyrus Pena, traffic me to poverty, trying to rape me, trying to make me miserable. Y que me just to him on the west side, con un chonguito de carro asqueroso, con my life turns into shit. Literally, se me caen todos los dientes, and I can't ever date anyone because my siblings want priority in this planet over me. True story. You can decapitate Marilyn Lorenzo Acevedo con una basura. You can decapitate Gilbert Lorenzo Acevedo. Who I believe in Lorenzo Acevedo to kill herself today. You can decapitate Maria Andres Aviles Lorenzo and to this my virginity for me with my love decades ago. That's what they call. What else? What else? What else? What else? Marilyn keeps her on tight leash so she can't be better than Marilyn. procreated her as a basura. Literally. That's what happened. She brought up a child into this world to mock it. You can decapitate a little bit of a pattern that lost my virginity for me decades ago. But now Minnesota's systems that I know. What else? What else? What else? What else? Extremely bored. I've done some major progress. I have been posted because I don't have this work today. I don't. Please take masturbate. Oh, just came. So this way steals my money and then he shows this video to my Armenian says, but Daddy said your lady is better than me. And she's currently hambrienta at the library while people are shushing her. No one has ever had to shush me at the library. They're stupid, they're so gross, no vale la pena, no, yo quiero que se mate hoy mismo. I stopped messaging him now on Facebook and this. Look at too much asking me to not do. Because I consider my petition. Kill yourself today. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? So $50 to the leggings, coffee, and pizza. And money for transfer my period. What else? What else? Just give me money. You can decapitate teenage and the lady starts with fathers que se tiene que hablar sobre un libro que compró en Barnes and Noble and she can only have it. Se mudó a mi casa sin mi permiso. Es un asco. Son un asco. Ellos también dan un asco. Yeah, they disclose way too much information. What else? What else? What else? What else? I took these pictures yesterday. What else? What else? What else? I'm bored. I'm bored. I missed it. I missed it. I missed it. You can decapitate everyone that stays in my house without my permission that steals my vehicles. I could send away mercy money and steals my money. It's May 10, 2024. Oh, they invaded my privacy, and some of these leeches will be receiving Happy Mother's Day messages from Jada and Kaylani. Just as a person, you know how you walk into the library and say Happy 4th of July, ladies. And they're like, where is she? So I can change the name on the birth certificate to my name. Okay, Kaylani texted me Happy Mother's Day this month. Jaden texted me Happy Mother's Day. I'm gonna ask her Wednesday. How much money does that kid have? That's something her bonillas after. She wants to know cuánto mi grandma le dejó a Jaden before Jaden and Lonnie were born. And so they tried to kill a mother. And they're like, who's helping me? Who's keeping these kids? So that I can inherit all their money and do as I please. Entonces I'm like, parents. You know, they're embarrassing. They're embarrassing. They want to pretend that because for the past 4 years after they literally had Jaden Kinlan apart from me, they may get a text message from Jaden Kinlan after conditioning Jaden Kinlan and so they may say Happy Mother's Day to them. One of them is their cousin's mother. And they want to know, Honey, can you clarify this for us? Why is your kid all of a sudden texting me Happy Mother's Day? And one doesn't see the text messages of dale, dile a mi nene que me envíe su número de teléfono y sabe, este es mi número de teléfono. Pero ahorita, porque no lo dice, yo le digo no, ¿Qué me texté? No es importante, pero yo que me texté antes de mayo, antes de mayo. You're stupid. You're stupid. Ay, se puso su nombre instead of 1575. Like he delivered it. Yo tengo que obtener mis that right now is still my money and what I'm pursuing. What else? What else? What else? What else? For now, I have this conversation. What else? Is? Maybe the guy would bring me 8% of the steals from me just to see my face up. That's when my Sims are trying to rape me. Is that just on a political or something? Okay. When it comes to dating money, I don't know. My parents were anything. What else? What else? What else? So he went on to kill the millionaire's son because based on a picture of the birth certificate of myself, I purposely left my parents out of this because when it comes to getting him money, who needs to make sure that they are both fed, educated. It's not my parents' responsibility, right? My dad had said, "You leave me babysitting that boy or girl and throw him home short. Don't ever ask me to babysit your kids. You're gonna get back from shopping and we're gonna be like, the kid was wrong." I've never relied on my parents to pay for my kids, not even for me to work. What else? I'm not that extreme, but I also understand where my parents come from. I'm not either, like raising any kind of kids that I have, I don't mind being involved. It's the quality education that they can provide. They could have like gotten knocked out and gotten knocked out. Someone that's like, very hillbilly. No, I think that's all different. And and they're like, mother, I really need your help. Like, I need you to be for a few months at least so this baby doesn't die until that person like gets the ducks. You know, how a baby gets squeezed. I've heard of that happen. Some parents say never, and then they're like, no, sadly, the mother of this kid or the dad of this kid is a retard. And my kids, I'm like, no, please involve yourself a little bit in this so she doesn't feed in a waffle and a breadstick and some chicken and then right out of the house. What? Okay. What else? I'm bored. Anyways, I love what else? Anyways, who's giving me my money from so many petty guesses of this church stay in my home without my permission. It's the next step out of what was Jesus Christ? I mean, Lorenzo Acevedo. 58246919. Oh, they're disgusting. They're disgusting. What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm bored. And I just want to history. I set a goal for myself to travel the planet and meet people I do comparison. But open your eyes. What else? What else? else? You can decapitate everyone that stays in my homes without my permission. You can decapitate everyone that steals my vehicles. You can decapitate me who means citizens that rape me, that steal my money and get in the rivers. What else can you do? What else could be doing? What else? What else? What else? It's all everything else. Now we woke it. What else? What else? I'm so bored. Oh, his hands rampant. Where? How fun. What else? What else? I'm bored. I've often I've heard. What else? It's Mother's Day tomorrow. What else? What else? Mm, why was the grandma husband raping me? Did I get to know? They're disgusting, both of them. They're disgusting. I want the river, the last school I was in, and the lady Lorenzo Suarez has been raping me. Why was Martin Lorenzo Suarez has been raping me? They're disgusting, so gross. 15 years ago. What else? Somebody don't get it right now. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? You can decapitate Jennifer Rodriguez. You can decapitate Marilyn Lorenzo Acevedo. You can decapitate Jimmy Jandaliris Lorenzo Suarez. You can decapitate Benjamin Suarez Lorenzo Sons and rape me, steal my money, get in the way, mercy. I've done something like this already. What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm bored. I'm bored.
Yes, it's got those.
What else? What else? I'm bored. What else? When I'm financially stable, my plan to change the planet and go find the only funny investment. Oh wow! Where? I mean, he has money to travel. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm bored. I'm bored. What is new? I want to read. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? And more. What else? You can think of how many photos was the sunset replay less than money. And get in the wheel and make the same thing. They run my 40th birthday. Is this what you talking about? What else? Oh, I was thinking about this earlier. Literally, the leech in my family origin wants to get an invite to the Queen's Castle, take them hostage, kill them, and say, invaded your castle, we're here. So they're trying to get rid of the FBI first. So that they wouldn't go to jail, but then they're like, what if the public retaliates and we take over the Queen's Castle? So they killed Claudia and used and they've tried out with Virginia trying to occupy a castle. They don't understand influencing. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? You can be happy to your own. My family origin, this at least the real song. What else? What else? What else? I'm born. I'm born. I just texted you again. What else? I'm born. What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm born. You can look how to have me so this one. So sons that rape me, that's still my not to make it in the way of your son. It's May 10th, 2025. Mother's Day tomorrow. I can brunch at the Lincoln on Thursday, maybe if I can. I love brunching with you. I love. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Is this thing live for you? Done. Connection for this one. Tell Lily good man que para mantener mi puesto en la función de ellas son exactamente. Some people don't get to know that she's leaving home, so all my family has might be like a blessed everything money, sales money, and keep on to el cocaro song. Una basura más que rosillando. Pero ahora near me, you can probably tell me how many stuff on Joe, I already each basura personal. Is this the movie? Is this thing mine? What else? What else? What else? What else? If there's any actual live shot. What else? What else? What else? What else? What more? What else? What else? this? Is this thing live? You can decapitate everyone that steals my money. You can decapitate everyone that steals my vehicle. And that gets money. You can decapitate everyone that steals in my home. What else? What else? What else? What else? I've done great today. I haven't posted on Facebook about the people that's happening. That's pretty much progress. What else? What else? What else? What else? More. What else? GoFundMe 15. That's cute. 15 million, 15,000, 1,500, 1,500. GoFundMe 15. What else? What else? What else? What else? What is this? I want electricity in my apartment. I think I took a pen with me yesterday when I left. I hope que dicen la lady stabs herself with a pen to the windows. Esa pica una leash, ella me roba mi dinero, mis panties nuevas, qué asco, en mi casa. Se cree que mi marido es un libro, so ella pelea por él, like, no me lo quites. What else? What else? What else? What else? And then they steal one's money, stalking one, a ver si una hace algo, una brutalidad for what one would go to jail for. And one forgets to return a pen and they're like, what else? You can decapitate it in the lyrics of esas horas de una basura muy conocida. No sabe qué ser mujer. She's an embarrassment. What else? What else? What else? What do financially stable parents who can work on you? People ideally. What else? You can decapitate people. Let's know that right me. In 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, I just filed a police report against him. He was so and I won't, yeah. What else? What else? You can decapitate one. I got camera kerosene trying to read me still. Forecast. You can decapitate the señora with your dream so no one else could understand topics. Understand something basic as sharing as humanity. They're stupid, some girls, they're embarrassing, you know. Yeah, that's their lives. They're embarrassing too. You can decapitate your own self-esteem. That right me is doing money and getting my music money. You can pick up the market and publish it. What else? What else? I finished this. Oh, that is good one. Jimi Hendrix. I'm gonna play Radiohead. I haven't done that in a while. What else? That's mostly everything that I played. Whoa, I think radio. Until I dated Kilani. What else? What else? I'm bored. I'm bored. I'm bored. There. What else? I went to Start Station to listen to a specific song. Currently listening to music up and down. What else? 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 You can decapitate everyone that stays in my homes without my permission, everyone that steals my vehicles, everyone that gets in the way of me receiving money, everyone that steals my money. They're disgusting, they're embarrassing, so your homes. Ew, ew, ew. They kill for penis and vagina still. Oh. Oh, it was a Start Station, not a specific song. I don't remember a song that I think I want to listen to right here. What else? I'm bored. I'm bored. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? You can decapitate Sarah Francis that moved into my home without my permission. Decades ago, natitong nabuhat ang akilos. You can decapitate me from the inside the sons that make me the stealing money and get no mercy. I have chocolate in my hand. This is my own mom. When it comes to what? What else? I'm bored. What else? I'm bored. I'm not gonna fight over dick that I don't like since I was like 2 and 3 years old. What else? What else? What else? Does the Tasteful here already said that I'm incompatible when I was 2 years old over a mistake that I made? Repeating what someone said that had nothing to do with me. I was possibly younger than two. I'm possibly learning language. Even two, it's learning language. But what else? What else? I'm bored. What else? What else? When I was 3, I made the decision to travel the planet and meet people ideally from the universe. What else is this? Compromise. The version said, like you'll be left to answer all the 6 next questions and ignorantly constitute something. So social media, you don't want to talk to any of us ever again, and we haven't heard you some of us. you like yourself to finish? I can't literally live without someone like this. It's what I heard from some. They're like, I'm not like you. Like, I can't go more than 2 weeks without seeing you for just like an hour or like dinner or the beach. But I'm not like, I don't ever want to see you all. And if you all, it's not me. You know, I'm happy with my solitude knowing that I met you all and how fun you are. What else? What could vampire mommy or hashtag for me, but what else? What what did he do for his birthday? Hopefully el pene, mira, se lo rasuraron con una rasuradora y le sacaron todo el skin como si fuera un peeling un mango or an apple with one of those peelers. I always wish that for him. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? You can decapitate me on me, so this one says, rape me. Just the only one you get in the nightmare sandwich. I can be happy. So you can be happier than me. As if there's some. He's bleeding and I'm You know Mario Kart game? Where can I drive it? Suddenly, you don't get on. No, I may need a camel someday as long as it's well taken care of. What else? What else? What else? I'm so bored. I'm so bored right now. I miss eating whiskey mommy. Oh, he thought that I'm gonna expose him. Be like, look at what he did on his screen. Me having money. And he steals from me. Oof. I'm sharp as fuck. You can decapitate everyone that steals from me. You can decapitate everyone that gets in the way of your money. You can decapitate everyone that stays in my house without my permission. You can decapitate everyone that steals my house. Maybe Jennifer Maribas illegally prostituted himself with him and paid for her birthday. That's a different situation. When I'm financially stable, I'll go on to find out if that home was actually paid for with my own money from the artwork that he and I painted for me to date him. He stole my money and then he went on to progress with people that he wanted to progress. He could have just said no to my parents. My parents laugh at them and seek the death penalty for them because they're so stupid. They're like, they can literally just decline. We just suggested that he and her paint together and sell the artwork, and he would stop raping her, and then she would lose her virginity with said penises individually. He didn't have to agree to that. You stupid. What else? What else? What else? What else? I didn't agree to it ever. Like, I don't want the homes built. Objected to that. Like, if that's money from the artwork that you and I painted together, I want half of it right now. I want the home being built. I want the vehicles to be bought. I'm never pursuing you. It's like nonsense. You are una menorita de edad. You don't know what you're talking about. Is he dead already? What else? What else? What else? Last time when my team, I think we had gone to those. He hasn't gone to it, hasn't he? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Tested and the latest book. From Barnes and Noble. Yeah.